All right, we're back again. Again, someone's got to help me out with this. Is it pronounced like Nikke or Nikke? Like I heard different pronunciations constantly. And I'm told that it could be either one. Which one is it? Someone help me out. Is it the first one I said or the second one? But today we're talking about it, right? So we got some more news about this. Again, this is the KR version of the news. So there's a lot in here that's actually really, really solid. Like, it's really solid. So let's jump into it. Let's break it down. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Leaving a like helps out. So first things up, we have the official KR community revealed a lot of interesting information about the game, including the existence of guilds and PvP. So be hyped, okay? I know that PvP is a weird thing. It's either a hit or a miss. Depends on the game. Some games have great PvP, while some really squander it. So first up, game overview. Let's start with the UI. The main screen hadn't changed much compared to CBT2 and the technical test, but one thing caught our eye instantly. Take a look at the top part of the screen. Yes, you can see that it's a mission pass over here. I'll open it up to make it a little easier to zoom in and stuff. But yeah, mission pass. There will be a, if you will, a battle pass system. Again, a lot of gacha games have it. At this rate, I think like every gacha game is slowly implementing it. So it was expected. Again, hopefully the monetization on it's not that bad. Again, I'm wondering how they're going to handle the monetization. You can kind of see this as a skin for one of the characters that's given away for free. So probably they'll paywall that, but you're getting the character for free. A skin for it will most likely be through that. So again, keep that in mind. That's what it's looking like. The main screen also, it looks like nothing much else has changed, but there is that. So moving forward, the Mission Pass widget can be found there together with what looks like a casual skin for Diesel. That's her name, by the way. The free character will be given away as a pre-registration milestone reward. So again, stay tuned for that. Free SSR character off the launch of the game. So while the article itself doesn't mention it, we do get a confirmation of a battle pass and skins area, more that they exist, not only existing in the game, but also being available on the release. And again, as I mentioned, it's nothing like new with gacha games. They constantly have this type of stuff, so it is kind of understandable. There's also this, the rest of the article goes over this. There's no stamina system, so you can play as much as you want until you hit a wall that will force you to idle and wait for resources. Pretty cool. After the tutorial, you will unlock auto battle system, which is pretty decent AI, but you will still have to use manual when you hit a wall and you want to try hard to push forward. Again, with any gacha game, it's the same way. While, you start off the game, you can hit like 2-3 levels, 2-3 floors, 2-3 whatever the gacha game is. You can make like decent progress, but you will always hit a point where your characters just aren't doing enough to where you might have to manual it or just upgrade into all of that. So basically, a gacha game, like I'm explaining a gacha game here. Weapons have different ranges, and you have to create a balanced team that covers all ranges, or you will be forced to constantly switch characters. Shotguns dominate in the short range, and while sniper rifles have no penalties against enemies in the long range. That's how it's gonna go. So again, you gotta kind of have the team comp set up. Assault rifles are the jack of all, master of none. So again, you can do both short range and long range, but you're not really doing like insane on both of them. You're just doing pretty good, right? So again, basic stuff there. Elemental systems exist, but it isn't important as the burst system. So there is that also. If you want to learn more about this, again, I'll make guides and I'll talk about it later on also. But it is there. The second article explains the different battle types you will encounter while progressing through the story. And again, it says that there are 3 main battle types and 1 special type, Annihilation. Annihilation is the most common battle type, where you will simply have to kill all the enemies to pass the stage. Long War. In this mode, enemies will keep moving from left to right, and you have to stop them each time an enemy reaches the goal line. You will lose HP points based on the type of the enemy. So you can kind of guess this as, or like, say this is, if you will, tower defense, right? You don't let them get across, or if you do, you lose HP and you lose the match. So very similar to tower defense, like that. You start off with 20 HP, so it isn't much, and you have to be quick with killing whatever appears on your screen. Thankfully, as long as you have at least 1 HP, when the timer hits 0, you win. Pretty cool. Compared to Annihilation, this mode seems quite rarely in the story, but quite often in side stories. Again, I like this type of thing, so I'll be happy to play this one and enjoy this one. Stronghold defense, right? The mode is a combination of tug of war and capture of base mode from other games. The timer is set only to 1 minute, and you have to start with a 50-50 split in the points between you and the enemy. You obtain points by keeping your base clear of enemies, but for each enemy present in the base, they gain points, and instead you lose them. Okay, to win the battle, you have to have more points than the enemy once the timer hits 0, but if your points reach 0, you automatically lose. Seems pretty simple, but there are a few important factors. Flying enemies don't give points, even if they sit atop the base, so you have to focus on the ground enemies first. Auto battle is kind of annoying here, as it often focuses the flying enemies first, leaving the ground ones on the base. Shotgun characters are super strong in this mode, as not only there is a lot of enemies clustered together, but they also often stay in short range. Compared to Annihilation, this mode appears quite rarely in the story, but quite often in side stories. So again, seems like a cool mode. This seems really nice, so I like that also. We have EX stage over here. EX stages are basically a mode within a mode. Instead of a single stage, you enter a map where you have to manually lead your team from battle to battle till you find the bosses and kill it. Among the 4 modes, EX stages are the hardest. We next up have materials and shops overview. Let's move to the various shops available in the release version. There are 5 of them, but the number doesn't include the cash shop. Okay, so first shop here. This is what it's looking like with it. In the general store, you can buy a lot of items for both credits and crystals. Crystals are the premium currency. Again, it says you can get some credits for free daily from here, so don't forget to check the shop when you log in for the first time each day. We have the Union shop over here, which again is also kind of important shop. This is the first surprise in the article confirming the existence of a guild system, which is called a union in Nikke. In this shop, you can buy boxes with resources needed to upgrade characters in the cube. So there is that. The article also reveals that the Union system already will have some additional modes. On top of allowing players to gather and conquer the game mode together, these 2 modes are locked behind the Union, are Shooting Range and Raid. In this mode, you'll have to kill as many enemies as you can, and you are given a score at the end. Nothing is known about this mode, and it isn't open, or wasn't open during the test the author of the article performed. So there is that. We next have Body Shop over here. In this shop, you'll be able to buy things using the currency obtained after max limit breaking a character in the recycle room. More of this will be revealed in a different article, so be ready for that. We then have this shop over here, which is the Arena Shop, so PvP shop. The second big surprise, this shop confirms the existence of PvP in Nikke. Again, I pronounced it differently, I know, forgive me. There are no details about how the PvP will look in this game so far, considering how the gameplay is very unique compared to other gacha games, but at least it exists in some format. And again, I'm actually curious, so where do you stand on this? Do you care for PvP in this game, or do you not care for it? I really want to know, because again, as mentioned multiple times, this channel mainly did cover Tower Fantasy, and with that, it was really cool that I looked forward to PvP. I tried it out, and I was not a fan of it, okay? I play a lot of it too, sadly. I play a lot of it, and I try my best to enjoy PvP, but it just somehow doesn't work. I do it mainly for the currency, so I don't know if this game is going to have it like that, where you get your premium currency, or an extra amount from, the arena mode of it. Again, who knows how they'll handle it, but if they do it well, I'll enjoy it. I really kind of want to see how they can do it. The gameplay is really unique, so how would that work? How would that work is my main question, really. You will be able to obtain the currency necessary to buy things in the shop daily, and the amount depends on your current rank, whatever your rank is at the time. And then again, what can you buy here? Manuals needed to level up skills and equipment. While the person who made the screenshot bought out the equipment, it's advised to only focus on manuals instead. Mileage shop. So we have this over here also. In this shop, you can buy SSR characters for the silver mileage tickets that you obtain after pulling, on the banner. So 1 pull equals 1 ticket. Currently, there are only 6 characters available in the shop. We have Private, Crow, Arya, I don't know how to say that, Mary, and Ludmilla. I don't know, bro. Ludmilla? I don't know. I apologize in advance. Third article also reveals the existence of 2 tickets. They're called gacha tickets. One of them, I'm guessing, is like a regular one, and this is like the advanced recruitment. It's literally called advanced recruitment. Whoops. It's like the gacha SSR one, like the main banners. But again, there are these currencies. Sadly, besides the description, not as much as known of these 2 tickets, as you could obtain or not obtain either of them yet. Still, the art looks like a typical selector ticket that allows you to pick one character available on the ticket. So we will see and assume it will be locked behind a paywall. Basic stuff that too long didn't read is the battle pass has been confirmed. Skins are confirmed to exist in the game and are somehow tied to this. Not sure if they'll be free or a paid track, how it's going to work there. Guilds are called unions. And yes, one of my favorite things of them all, PvP will be on release. So again, that's really cool. Originally, I didn't expect PvP to hit the game. That was just my opinion on it, but they'll do it in some sort of format. So if they were to do it right, I think that it does have potential. In comparison to a lot of games, like when they do it, right, when games do it, they usually drop the ball a lot, right? It's either like, insanely hard to do, too much latency, too much lag, too much problems with just like PvP itself, or you just have where it's like meta defining, like you need specific units to actually do anything, and if you don't have those set units, you're done for. Some games do it where it's like, Some units can really counter some units. You don't specifically need a full set of roster for just that, mode. But again, it's different, right? It's different for every gacha game, and I hope this one can handle it properly. And I hope that the gameplay does look semi-nice. And again, the gameplay in the game is outstanding. I love it. But how will they do PvP? That will really make or break it. Like, again, not for me the entire game, but just that section, right? So it depends on how they'll handle that. If they do it well, I'll play PvP constantly. If they don't do it well, I'll most likely focus on the rest of the game. And there is a lot there. There is a lot to actually do outside of PvP. So it stands at that. That's my opinion. I'll catch the next one. Have fun, stay safe. Hopefully you enjoyed, and that's been it. That's been the news breakdown for Nikke. It's looking pretty damn good.